Oye, si va a llover, que llueva. Lo que no quiero es chin chin.
If we're gonna have a go, then let's go.
Yo quiero chin chin. Si va a llover, que llueva. Yo quiero chin chin.
Déjate de cuento, no quiero más hablarte. Deja la bobera que lo mío sí arte. No te tires, chicho, yo tengo a la matar. Tu pistola vieja ya no tira nada. Deja la mentira, tú vives del invento. Lo tuyo es un chinchín que se lo lleve el viento. Me tomo lo que llueva y me como un rayo. Lo mío sí no es cuento, yo soy un caballo.
Yo quiero chin chin. Si va a llover, que llueva. Yo quiero chin chin.
No abuses de chiquito que Dios está mirando. Si te pasan la cuenta te veré pagando. Eso es lo que hay, yo tengo la verdad. Eso es lo que traje, para ti no hay nada. Mira para el espejo, dime.
Hello, everyone. We're back. Thank you, everyone, for joining us today for Season 2, Episode 1 of the Casa Cuba virtual show. I am your host, Michi. I hope everyone is having a fabulous Casa Cuba Sunday. I know we've been out, off air for a few months. We've just been gathering some stuff and handling some business and stuff. So, we're happy to be back with you guys. We have quite a few shows lined up and hoping that you guys like it and keep tuning in with us. Today, however, is a very special edition of Casa Cuba Sunday, a Sisters of the Leaf edition. I know we had scheduled 5 guests. Unfortunately, 2 of them couldn't make it today due to family obligations, April and Lisa. And we will welcome them whenever they want to, come back to our show. Family first. But we do have our other guests. We have Kendall from Louisiana, who is one of the founding members of the Zoom Cigar Bar and Cigar Fanatics. We have Chris, who we've had on the show before, very good author and a very, very dear sister of the Leaf. And we have Kim Make It Happen from Tampa, Florida, a very dear sister of the Leaf as well. Very good friends with Lisa from the Cigar City Heritage Festival, and Cynthia Fuente, and a lot of other people in our community. I've had the pleasure of meeting 2 of the ladies that we have on tonight. I still haven't had the chance to meet Kendall in person, which one day I'm hoping that we do. With that, we're going to start bringing in our guest, and we're going to go over some great things that's happened, like a recap of the past couple of months, future endeavors, and we're going to have a great show. So if our if everything goes well, we will have the best show. And everyone, thank you so much for joining us. So if we can bring in our guests, we're going to start off with Kendall.
Hello, how are you today? Hey,
Good. How
hello
are you,
everybody
Kendall?
out there. I'm doing great. I'm doing great.
Oh, thank you for being with us today on the Casa Cuba show. We've wanted to have you on for a while. I know you've been busy too, with the Cigar Fanatics and the Zoom Cigar Bar. Can you tell the audience a little bit more about yourself?
Sure. And I've also been busy with Mardi Gras.
Oh,
My
yeah.
name is Kendall Stevens, and I live in Louisiana. I'm a proud sister of the Leaf, and I'm passionate about being able to support a loving and beautiful cigar community. Um, uh, Cigar Fanatics in the Zoom Cigar Bar is, to me, it's more than just a group on Facebook and a group of people that meet nightly and smoke cigars. It really is about promoting brothers and sisters of belief and the cigar community. Um, the Cigar Fanatics is an online Facebook group, and Zoom Cigar Bar is an online 24/7. Um, uh, Basically, it's just a lounge. You come in, you bring a drink, you bring a cigar, and you visit with people from all over the world. You discuss cigars, you discuss the beautiful passion, the brotherhood, the sisterhood. Everybody's welcome. It's not a show. It's not about me. It's not about Mishi, who's also on Zoom Cigar Bar a pretty good bit. It is about the family. It's about community. And it's been a great launching pad to be able to know more about cigars and different aspects of the hobby, like how to season a humidor and, different sticks that people are smoking. So that way I can expand my palate. It really is a really cool hangout.
Yeah, it is a great community. It keeps growing every day. We've got a few new not guests, family members, and like I said, it keeps growing. We have great conversation every night because it's run 24/7. So it's wonderful. So we're gonna bring in another Zoom Cigar Bar member. We're gonna bring in Chris.
Hey, everybody.
Hi, Chris. How are you?
Good, good, good. How are you, Michi?
I'm doing well. I'm very glad to see you.
Good to see you. Hi, Kendall. Glad to see you.
Hello.
Here you have your voice still.
Yeah, it's touch and go. I did a little bit of yelling yesterday at Mardi Gras. For those in the audience that don't know, I rode on a float and threw beads yesterday, so for about 4 hours straight.
Wow. That sounds like too much fun.
Oh, it's great.
Hi, Mark, and another member of the Zoom Cigar Bar joining us, watching in. And we're going to bring our final guest of the night, Kim, another Zoom Cigar Bar member.
What it do? Hey,
Hi,
Michi.
Kim.
Hey, Kendall. Hey, Chris.
Hey, Kim.
How's it
Love your
going?
background.
Thank you. Thank you. How you ladies doing today?
Good. How about you?
Doing
A
great, doing great.
beautiful day in Tampa Bay. Can't ask for a better day.
So, ladies, this is the, like I was explaining earlier, this is our first episode of the year. I'm very lucky and fortunate to have you ladies on. Share some of your experiences and tell the world a little bit about more about you. Kendall, this is her first time on our show. I've had Kim and Chris before, which we had great episodes with you ladies before as well. So, in the spirit of keeping the tradition going, I have one very important question for Kendall, which is what is your first premium cigar experience?
Well, I am actually new to the world of cigars, and my story is, I guess, a little unique. During the time of the pandemic, which is when the Zoom Cigar Bar came to be, I was at home. I didn't have anywhere to go. I didn't have anything to do. I was missing going to my local lounge and hanging out with my friends. So I actually went online and I started searching online bars, online meetups, and online lounges, online, games, just something to be able to break the monotony and meet people and visit with people and just tired of being stuck at home. I came across the Zoom Cigar Bar and I came across Carl. I did have cigars at the time, but they were not premium cigars. And so, of course, I got laughed at whenever I lit up a Swisser Sweet in front of Carl Buddhist Ball. So he lovingly sent me a COVID relief package in the mail. And that was the first time I actually had premium cigars. I the first cigar that I had was a Chillin' Moose, and that was okay. And then the second cigar I had that night was a Cohiba Red Dot, and my my whole face changed. Everything like lit up. Like it was so different, and it was such a beautiful smoke. And the different flavor notes that I was getting out of off of my palate, and then they were explaining to me how to retrohale. And so I was learning
Ooh,
the different how to retrohale and how to truly enjoy a cigar. And I wasn't doing it alone. I was doing it on a Zoom with friends, and it really was a great experience. And then from there, um, my love of cigars is born. And I now I've smoked many different types of cigars, and I have found many that are way better than a Cohiba Red Dot, but that was my first premium cigar experience.
okay. I mean, not a bad way. I mean, everybody has a different palate, and you've through the past 2 years now, I believe, right?
Yes. Yeah. It's been 2 years.
You've been smoking premium cigars. You've learned to. It's
Uh,
amazing how time flies.
yeah. No, I mean, and
So, a
my palate has
question
definitely
from the
changed.
audience: what are you ladies smoking? So,
Well,
yes,
I'm
there's a question
smoking
from our
a
audience. They want to know what we're smoking.
I'm smoking a God of Fire Don Carlos
Very nice, Chris.
2016. Thank you, Kim.
Very nice.
It's a great cigar.
Very nice selection.
What's everybody else
Oh,
smoking?
I see, Kendall. What do you have? A fine inspiration?
Oh, no, I have a Casa
Oh, you
Cuba for
got a
Casa
Casa
Cuba
Cuba.
Sunday. Yes.
Nice.
And I
How
have
about you, Kim?
a Casa Cuba Doble Trace because it's my first cigar today. So I'm going to gradually get to where Chris is later on this evening.
This is my first cigar
Oh,
today
very
too,
nice.
so I don't know. Is that
Boom. I love it.
ouch?
Oh, wow. I am having a divine inspiration, Casa Cuba. Nothing but the best. A Casa Cuba.
Perfecto.
And I am
I would have
pairing
had a
it
Casa Cuba,
with
but I've smoked them all.
cranberry. I'm pairing this with a cranberry and Tito's today.
What you drinking, Chris?
So,
I am
ladies,
drinking iced tea with peach crown in it, so it's a peach iced tea. How
Nice.
about everybody else? What are you drinking, Kim?
I am
oh,
drinking
very nice.
out of my beautiful Fuente glass, Yeti cup. I have Tito's and cranberry as well because it's daytime, so I wanted something a little refreshing. The night will finish strong, go brown as soon as the sun sets.
Kendall?
Very nice.
Well,
That's a good nightcap.
I was at Mardi Gras yesterday, and our parade rolled at noon. So I started drinking yesterday at 8 a.m. So today I'm just going to stick with water.
Cheers.
Cheers.
But cheers to you ladies.
Cheers, ladies. So, and going on with everything going on, experiences, whatnot. I'm very, very happy that you had a great time yesterday at Mardi Gras, Kendall. I unfortunately never been there, and I would love to visit there one time. Other than, because all you hear is the floats and the beats, but what actually goes on? Like, I would love to be in the center of it just to understand it a little bit more because I don't know much of the history of what is Mardi Gras.
Mardi Gras is a Catholic celebration that is the celebration leading up to Ash Wednesday. It's a long-standing tradition in Louisiana that you throw a good party, you eat a bunch of food, and then on Ash Wednesday, and it's time to chill and time to focus on the time leading up to Easter Sunday. It falls on different days every year, so Fat Tuesday isn't always on the same exact Tuesday every year. Like it's not like it's always the second Tuesday in February or the first Tuesday in February. I'm also the parade that
Okay.
I ride in every year is called the Spanish Town Mardi Gras Parade. We are a part of the Spanish Town Ladies Auxiliary, which is the lady social club that promotes the parade. We uh, we do different charity functions during the year, and we raise over $100,000 to give away to our charities. We have the we call it the pink path. So the leading up to the actual parade, we have a royalty brunch, which announces our king and queen and grand marshal for the year. The king has a party, the queen has a party, the grand marshal has a party, and we're fundraising for charities the whole time that we're going through this process. And then we have our ball, which is our biggest money maker. It is also the most fun, where we have live bands. We have the king and queen come out. It's a big party. It's a big celebration. Everybody has a great time. And then we have the granddaddy of it all, which is the parade, which was yesterday, where everybody gets on a float. Yesterday, we had 75 floats in our parade. And
Oh wow.
we had about 300,000 people that were in the crowd cheering us on while we rolled up and down the streets of Baton Rouge, Louisiana. And then we have an award ceremony that we will hold. Um, Usually we do it about a month after the parade, so sometime next month. We will have an award ceremony where we'll hand out checks, because it's a party with a purpose. So we raise enough money to be able to throw a great party, and the rest of the money we give away, which averages out to be about $100,000 a year in between the Spanish Town Ladies Auxiliary and in between S.O.T.L, which is the Society for the Preservation of Lagniappe, which is the guys group. And it's a lot of fun. And pretty much every
Oh wow.
organization for
I
Mardi
didn't know that
Gras
there
does
was
the
like
same thing.
charities behind that.
Mhm.
Okay. So Kim, you're originally from Louisiana, right?
That's right. Nala bread and Creole
So
raised.
you have experience with this, right?
Yes, but I haven't lived in a city since '86. But Mardi Gras was an integral part of my life growing up. And it's always, like Kendall was saying, the days change. Fat Tuesday always is different. It's never the same day every Tuesday every year. And it's typically, well, 40 days before Easter Sunday. So we party all day on Tuesday, go get our ashes on Wednesday, give up drinking for 40 days, and then start drinking again on Easter Sunday. No, I'm just joking.
I was going to say that's not how I remember Lent. Okay, I'm just saying.
Yes, but originally from New Orleans.
Okay.
Mhm.
Well, thank you for sharing that, Kendall, and thank you for sharing that as well, Kim. Um, so in December, we actually quite a few of us met up, and we had a great time for a weekend in Tampa. A lot of the fellow Zoom Cigar Bar members joined in. Kim was there with us for a few times, and I believe it was probably one of the best experiences I have um, in Tampa for the past few years that we've been going. And again, our Zoom Cigar Bar family just keeps growing. And I am very fortunate to have met so many great people. Um, it brought so many of us together. And I'm hoping that this year more of us show up and we have an even better time. For me, that was the highlight of December, July. I was lucky enough to go to Las Vegas and met up with Chris and April and Lauren. We had an amazing time, um, and the experiences of meeting other people in this industry. It has been a blessing. It's been very um, opens your eyes to other things too, where priorities were, oh my god, I gotta work, I gotta make money, I gotta do this, I gotta make sure that is a priority, but yourself, you gotta take time for yourself. And this is what I took time, my husband and I, for ourselves, to join and be more intertwined in this community. um, I'm speaking from my experience. I don't know if there's something special that you guys like to share of your experiences, meeting up with other people in this industry, in this community.
For me, for me, because I live in Tampa, so I have the privilege of always going to the Cigar Heritage Festival, which is a beautiful time. People travel from all around the world. Lisa does a great job with putting the festival together. It's a lot of work for her. But this year was extra special because I came into, the past 2 years, life has been different for all of us. But one thing remained the same. We still enjoy our cigars. And I became a member of the Zoom Cigar family in the latter part of the year. And I cannot tell you how much I love the Zoom Cigar family and having the opportunity to meet so many people that I spent so much time with virtually in December made the festival that much more memorable and dear to my heart. So, hats off to you, Kendall, for bringing the Zoom Cigar family together. Michi, thank you again for having me on the show. You know, the cigars, and when I started smoking almost 17 years ago, would pretty much be the only lady in the cigar lounge. And I was okay with that. But the one thing that through it all, regardless to what cigar you smoke, it brings us all together. And we can have a conversation about anything from A to Z. And in the lounge, I swear, I'm like, I need to jump on the lounge. I need to jump on the lounge because it feels, because we can't go out like, well, now we can. I'm running the streets now. I'm just going to tell you guys up front. Um, but, all of those memorable moments, the holiday party, the New Year's Eve party, the poker nights, the Jack in a Box. I don't know if some people realize the magnitude of having that cigar, that virtual lounge available, because there's a lot of people that are in remote locations or they don't have family, and the cigar lounges is where they went to meet their families. And then the past 2 years, that was taken away. But the creation of the Zoom Cigar Lounge recreated that family bond, that cohesiveness that we all need as humans.
Hmm.
So I'm honored to be welcome and felt love and to be a part of the family.
Oh, you've been a great addition to it. You only like you know how to, Kim. You shine. You
Oh, thank you.
you make us laugh. We've had great nights. Just conversating, cracking jokes, and you fit right in with us. And again, it's just been a blessing to have you, getting to know you better, having
Yes.
just sitting down and yelling and spending time with us. It's a beautiful thing.
Right. And like I said, so many in December, the festival, all of you, everyone coming down and we, moving in unison, meeting up, because I didn't get to actually go to the festival that Sunday because of my daughter's engagement dinner. But spending time that entire weekend with the family, it's just wonderful. It was just one, it, yeah, it was just wonderful. So thank you.
We hit the streets. We sure did.
Oh my God. Good thing I didn't hit any deer on the way home a couple of nights. But
We have some great
So
nights in Zoom Cigar Bar.
yes, and many more to come.
Many.
I look forward to it. I mean, I don't get on every day because life, work, everything else gets in the way. But every time that we are able to get on, it is another unforgettable night.
mhm.
True.
So going on with meeting and festivities and stuff. I know that Chris went to Las Vegas for what was it, the Great Smoke?
Yep. Yeah. Yeah. We met
Can you tell us
April
a little
and
bit about your experience?
sure. We met April, Aaron, a couple of other people from the cigar bar there. Tim was there. And, it's Vegas. One, it's Vegas. Two, it was hot, obviously. Well, it wasn't that bad. It was hot. And you get to sit around, you meet the manufacturers, pick up some cigars, drink some great liquor, and then eat some awesome food. So it was a lot of fun to be around people who were had the same love of the leaf as you do. And it's always interesting to people watch at that event because people dress up, they get wild, they get styling, and then there's some people who show up in jeans and a t-shirt. So runs the gamut for dress code, it runs the gamut for everything. So it was a good time. We had a good time socializing and getting to meet everybody and hanging out. So, the camaraderie is probably the best part of it.
Oh, it sounded like it was a great time. Um, and yeah, Vegas. Oh my God, every time I think about when we were out there in July, how we almost died from a heat stroke.
Well,
Other
117
than
death
that,
into
yeah,
the
the experience in Vegas. Well, the fact that you can put an egg outside and it'll cook in less than a minute. It says a lot.
I think
So
wherever
yeah,
cigar people are, regardless of what region, we're going to have a good time.
oh,
Whether it's
absolutely.
Vegas, Baton Rouge, Tampa, New York, in the middle of nowhere, we're going to have a good time. That's just my opinion.
No, I agree. Uh, what was it? Someone said the only bad experience is sitting next to an asshole in a cigar lounge.
Right. That's true. And all you do is just ask them to leave. Just politely ask them to leave.
Right?
well, that you can quickly turn that asshole, into something else, by sitting there and just. I mean, it's happened to me plenty of times. And says next to a guy. At one point, he was just going on and on about a line for tickets for Cigar Fest in Pennsylvania, and we just sat there and just laughed because what are you gonna do? It's actually entertaining.
Hmm.
So with this year, quite a few new cigars came out. And being that no matter how many years you are a cigar smoker, you expand your palate. You get to try new cigars or a cigar that you've never tried before. So I just wanted to get into that a little bit with you ladies. Chris, is there any cigar that stood out to you?
Yeah, you know what? You asked us to make our top five list, which I think is a little unfair because we only could pick five. So that, kind of sucked. But you know what? I've really been enjoying Cavalier cigars. I love their new. I've had Mr. Brown, Mr. Red, the Cavalier with the gold leaf on it. Um, I really have smoked a lot of Blackworks, Black Label Trading Company. The Green Hornet is probably one of my favorites. I know some other people like the Lizard King more. I guess, there's a cigar out there for everybody.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah.
Fuente obviously is in my top five, but I have a hard time picking which Fuente after I got the holiday box. And it had the blue and it had all
Okay.
the others in there. So you might as well just say that's a generic, across the board. I'm really loving the Perdomo barrel aged, bourbon barrel aged. And then I got a JJ 307. That was new to me to try. And then the rare pinks were new for me this year to try. So I would say those are in my probably top five, top six cigars.
Okay. Fair enough. Yeah, it is not fair for me to choose five, which is why I kind of changed the question because I sat and I was like, wow, I think I have more than five myself. Um, More so like I think like you can't even name top five brands because there's so many good brands out there. And I'm with you on the Blackworks. That Killer Bee, I had it late last year and I absolutely loved it. Jose were and I were at Famous Smoke Shop yesterday, and we actually picked up another one. Um, and I'm with you
Yeah,
on that
Green
one. The
Hornet did too.
Blackworks,
Yeah, the Green
very
Hornet.
good
I like the Green
cigars,
Hornet.
I'd have to
Yeah,
say.
they've got some good ones. Yeah. That would see Michi, that would be like asking me to pick which one of my three sons is my favorite.
Right.
I love them all. I love them all equally. Some days
Oh,
more than others, but
I like that answer. Very nice. How about you, Kim? Any great cigar
Again, I'm with
experiences?
Chris. That's an unfair question, but for me, it's easy. I can narrow it down to a brand. Although I've smoked, tried all brands of cigars, but I'm a Fuente junkie. You might as well say yes.
That's fair
And
enough.
I have certain cigars that I'll smoke on special occasions. Like my personal favorite is the Between the Lines. That's my personal favorite for me because I think that was one of my first premium cigars. Um, the Angel Share is at the top of the list for sentimental reasons, and the Rare Purple Rain because that was purple was my grandmother's favorite color.
Okay.
But I love them
That is
all.
one.
You know,
That Purple Rain is one powerful cigar, I'd have to say.
yes, this one, I had that box since 2017, and I could never think of a moment to break the seal on it. And this year is like, open a Purple Rain, open it. And Cynthia and I shared it, and it was smooth, it was creamy, it had a lot of, cocoa notes. It wasn't peppery at all. Um, but for an everyday cigar, out of the Fuente line, I'm going to have to go with the 858 Rosado Sungrown and
oh,
the Divine Inspiration. Yeah.
yeah, those are some
Awesome.
of my favorites.
Oh, those are some really good ones, Kim.
Thank you.
How about you, Kendall?
So I have been trying to explore more premium cigars, and really do love the Fuente cigars. This year I tried a Queen Bee for the first time, and it was very great. Um, the 858 is also a really outstanding cigar. Perdomo Barrel Age. Um, the Perdomo Lounge Edition. I finally was able to get my hands on some of those because those are exclusive. You have to get them from a Perdomo Lounge.
Yeah.
So I did get a chance to try some of those this past year. Just an absolutely outstanding cigar. I got it in a sun grown. And then I started exploring some with Saka cigars, the DTT. And I really do like the Sober Mesa. That's a really great cigar as well. You know, he does a great job blending. And then I've heard him speak before on cigars, and he's a brilliant man when it comes to cigars. Not to say everybody else isn't, but
Mhm.
I really enjoy listening to other people talk about their design and everything that goes into the construction of a cigar. And, you know, the way that they explain it and their passion behind it is just so beautiful. And it makes it, when you pick up the cigar and you look at it differently when you get to hear those stories from Carlito about everything that goes into how many people touch the leaf and how many people make the cigar. And it makes the experience of smoking the cigar that much better.
I
Wow,
agree,
very
Kendall.
well, very good. So we have a watch. Someone watching in, Gary Chung. He's saying hello, all celebrating Casa Cuba Sunday. He's smoking a divine inspiration. Gary, thank you for joining us. We have Lauren watching in. We have a Janet Deal. That shout out to all our uh, viewers. You know, this is I'm very grateful to each and every one of you. So I'm gonna talk about my. I'm not gonna say top five because we've already established that that was just very unfair. But in my top five, my number one, that cigar. As soon as I took my first puff and I retro hair held it, those floral notes just gave me a kick in the butt, and I was like, wow, it was absolutely amazing. If you guys have not had one, everyone watching, please try and get one. You will not regret it. If you're that type of person that enjoys a good smooth floral note cigar, and this is definitely for you. Um, of course, my Casa Cubas, every single one of them, absolutely amazing. I can't pick just one. They're all my babies, Um, and then that Kendall says Steve Saka. We had the pleasure of meeting him in Las Vegas, and that Stillwell cigar. If you can't get your hands on it, people try it. You know, Steve Saka is definitely one of my favorite cigars. And the Rose of Sharon Southern Draw, absolutely a phenomenal cigar for me. Um, it is very smooth, creamy. I absolutely love the Lancero size. So that's another great brand. If you guys haven't tried it, definitely go out and try it. They have them in several different sizes, and I was absolutely blown away by those cigars this year. The Rose of Sharon and the Rare Pink were my top two newer cigars for the past year. And that's my take on them. Everybody has a different palate, but that's where I got from that. Um, and I'm really happy to have the opportunity to try them. I know, Chris, you said you had it. What the rare pink? What did you get out of that? Because me, I got floral.
Yeah, it's it's not a heavy cigar to me. The Rare Pink's not like a full bodied cigar, it's more mellow. So I got a lot of more earthy cedar, some floral. It's not. It doesn't have a lot of pepper. I just happen to have one right here.
Very nice.
Oh,
Is
the
that in the
Um,
signature.
lineup tonight, Chris?
I'm sorry.
Is that in the lineup for this evening?
It is actually in the lineup tonight. Yes. I don't know if anybody else does this,
Ooh,
but does anybody else line up their cigars for the night that they're going to have?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. I like to know what I'm smoking,
yes,
and then I
definitely.
go according to strength. So I'll start, kind of medium, and then if I know I've got a full body at the end, I'll wait. Sometimes I don't make it that far because that nicotine can kick your ass sometimes. Just saying.
Oh, so that's pretty awesome. That is like a good thing to think about. Like, when I joined this, when I go out to a lounge like I did yesterday, Jose and I went out to Pennsylvania. The one thing he takes his time doing is prepping his box. So he's like, okay, I want to smoke this, I want to smoke that. So he has like a Zycar box. It's like medium sized box, not too not too small, but not too big. If he could fit like 20 cigars in there, and I just stare at him because he goes meticulously and go choose every single cigar that he's gonna smoke that night, and he puts them in order in his little box. And I just stay there. I'm like, okay, I'm having this, and I just throw it in my box. I'm like, I'm ready to go. So I understand the organization and getting your lineup ready for the night, and sometimes you look at the cigar and you're like, okay, I really don't want this right now. Maybe I want something lighter, something shorter. It's interesting to get other people's perspective on how they plan ahead.
Does anybody else take cigars with them everywhere they go?
Definitely.
Yes.
Okay.
This
I
this
just didn't
box
want to be the only one.
this box
Yeah.
sits in my bag everywhere I go.
Yeah, my cigar roller with my pick. All. I don't use the same pick and cutters and uh, fire lighter here at home as I do when I carry. When I carry, it's all matching and it all is a nice little roll cigar roller and everything. Yeah,
Nice. It's an accessory. I mean,
absolutely.
it's like picking out for me, picking out what I'm going to wear. I have to pick out which cigars I'm going to smoke. I as a cigar official, someone that loves cigars, my humidor one of them stands over 6 feet tall. So I'm like, okay, where do I start? Where do I begin? Where am I going to finish? Where am I going to be in the middle? And then I also pair my cigars with what I'm drinking, and my drinks depend on how I'm feeling. Some days I could just do water, and some days I'm going all in.
I have a question. Do you also always bring an extra to share in case you meet a fellow sister or brother of leaf? Because I always do that.
Yes.
Yeah.
I leave
Definitely.
the house with a minimum of, depending on what my agenda is for that day, but a minimum of 10 cigars with me.
Oh, I thought I was doing good with doing 4 or 5.
Yeah,
My
me
fanny
too.
pack is always full.
I'm with
Always.
you on that one, Kim. My box is always full too. And
Mm.
you just never know who you're gonna meet. Or if you're meeting up with friends and you know that their favorite, like I met up with two of my friends last night and I know that their favorite Casa Cuba is the Doble Dos. I happen to have a few extra. I brought them with me. I gave it to them because they don't get them as often. And they were over the moon just by that one little thing.
I
Cigars
think you're
meant
right.
for
I saw
sharing.
that Chris and
Absolutely.
Kendall.
I
I'm
was
sorry.
just going to say
Yeah,
to
sharing is
Kendall's
caring, ladies.
point.
Sharing.
Yeah, to Kendall's point, I was at a casino and I was smoking a cigar, and this couple came by, and the guy stopped and he said, "Are you smoking a cigar?" And I said, "Why, yes, I am." And he goes, "Oh my God, I love cigars." And we got to chit chatting and found out it was his birthday that day. So I took a cigar out of my pack and I said, "Well, happy birthday. Here's, I can recommend this. It's one of my favorites." And I usually, if I give them away, don't give away like a full or medium to full because you just never know. When they say, "Oh yeah, I love cigars," you never know what that means. I like a Swisher Sweet, or I like it, you know, or do they like cigars? So I gave him the cigar, and I said it was his birthday, and I said, "Happy birthday," and he said, "Really?" I'm like, "Yeah, take it and enjoy it. Cigars are meant to be shared. Have a
Aw.
good night." And he was like, "Oh my God, I'm just gonna have the best night." And his wife whispered, "You really made him happy." And I was like, "I'm just being friendly."
I've met some wonderful
Oh, you made
people.
his day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've met some wonderful people just just through the cigar industry.
Mhm.
Uh, just going to a lounge, conversation's always going to strike up. what are you smoking, how long you've been smoking. And I've established, some really, really great friends um, around the world just from the cigar.
Hmm.
Yes. Now we were talking about cigar accessories. I saw Chris and Kendall pull out their cutter, and it just so happens is Calibri to you guys the best cutter or what? Because this,
Yep. I have three of them.
look at us,
Uh, we
all of us.
we're all in different parts of the world, and we all have the exact same cutter because we know what's us girls knows what's good.
Oh yes, yes, yes. So you guys were talking about the accessories you bring. I happen to always match mine. My favorite is rose gold, so I always have my rose gold set. Goes with me everywhere I go.
Yep.
I do have to say, Calibri cutters are very exceptional. I've had mine for a few years now, and it still hasn't gone dull on me. And I could, in one sitting, depending on where I am, I could smoke 4 or 5 cigars a day,
Hmm.
and it cuts very great. I have never had a problem with that Calibri cutter, and the V cut is my favorite. So I see that
Mine.
you all have the same V cut one. So I'm guessing all of you like the V cut as well.
Yes.
Hmm.
So it has been an incredible time going out after this pandemic and sharing time with everyone. Um, and it's also been great sitting at home, chilling, uh, having a good time with the Zoom Cigar Bar family. And I want to reiterate with everyone watching, everyone is welcomed. Zoom Cigar Bar every night we get on. Most of the crew gets on a little after 8 o'clock at night. It's when we have the most amount of members, and everyone is welcomed. Bring your favorite cigar. You can just sit, chat. We talk about different stuff. It's not always about cigars. We could just had a bad day at work and we just talk about it. Um, has been several conversations about our favorite drinks, our favorite place to travel to. Just come in. Everyone's welcome. Um, we have quite a family on the Zoom Cigar Bar. So Jose put down the link there on the banner, zoomcigarbar.com. Join us whenever you want. Even if it's in the morning for some coffee, I'm sure that someone is on. I know Kendall gets on sometimes in the morning to have coffee and cigars. And
Michi, I think we're truly
definitely,
a family. I think we're truly a family because we've gone through death. We've gone through
oh yeah,
grandkid announcements, family accident, people, our own Zooms, losing our own Zoom cigar members. Some of our members have been sick. I think we've gone through the whole gamut of what a family actually goes through. There's been squabbles in there, we kid each other, but it's the one place where I really look forward to getting to hang out with everybody and just hear about their days. A lot of times I don't say anything, but I love to hear what everybody else is doing and what's going on in their lives because, when you're stuck where you're stuck, you got to live vicariously through other people, I guess sometimes.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah,
You
And we
know,
have
yeah.
great
It
times
is.
here.
we have a great time. I mean, the and we are a family. I can say honestly, we've done just about everything together from watching sports. And some people, when I speak of it, they're like, "You're doing what?" Like when I talk to my daughters, they're like, "You're playing poker on the Zoom." I was like, "Yes, we're playing poker." Right down to the challenges, um, to the serious
Oh,
conversations. We've shared intimate parts of our life with each other. And for me, like when my daughter was sick a couple of weeks ago, some members, the family reached out, and they still do. How's she doing? Have you found out anything? There's people that I may interact with physically and are aware of the same information and don't ask. So I'm grateful for that. So thank you. I love you guys.
Oh,
Look
well,
on the
we're
light.
happy to have you.
Look on the light.
Well, you have to see the Zoom Cigar Bar is at least the one place where we have a lot of women on, because
Yes.
every time you go to a
Yes.
lounge, are there women in the lounge? Sometimes you might be the only female in the lounge. And so, my wife smokes cigars every once in a while, but at least in the Zoom Cigar Bar, we have 5, 6, 8 women who come on there. And it's always great to see the women too, because
Oh,
you can
definitely.
chat with them. Lots of us have kids. Kendall went through the stuff she went through with her poor daughter's apartment and all of that. And, everybody stepped up to help out. And I think that that's kind of what makes us a real family, is that, if something's happening, everybody wants to step up and help.
Right.
And
And
you
all
don't
of
say it to
all of
say
our
it.
personalities are different, but then we all fit like a puzzle, and we welcome everyone. It's only some for you got to have a strong, you got to have a thick skin, because if you come in on some of the
Oh, definitely.
conversations, and it's like, okay, are we really doing this tonight?
It's never a dull moment. Never.
No,
Never.
no. No, like when Kendall, was going through those storms, everybody, I'm sure, was texting Kendall saying, "How's it going? How are you? Are you safe?" Everybody's had that go through. Everybody's
Oh,
had
yeah.
something to them while on the cigar bar.
We
Yeah,
went through it with one member selling their house recently.
we did.
Babies being born,
Yeah.
But
yeah. And
even beyond the Zoom Cigar Bar, when I was going through the hurricanes in Louisiana, I had people from Sisters of the Leaf, Greece, that were halfway across the world that were reaching out to me, wanting to know how I was and if I had electricity, if I was okay, if I survived the storm. It's just great. And then when my daughter, she had an apartment fire and she lost everything, it didn't really hit home until I went to the store to go buy her stuff after the fire. And I just broke down crying because my baby didn't even have a toothbrush left, and then I brought that to the Zoom Cigar Bar and had a smoke and had a drink and just, decompressed and thought about my day. And I had a warm, welcoming place to be able to chill out and decompress from everything that happened, and had a warm, loving community that's supporting me. And we support each other in that way. We've all been through things. And it's a great little community, and then it expands beyond there into the whole cigar world. It's not just the Zoom Cigar Bar. You meet people from all over.
Yeah.
It's a great community
Yes.
all around.
and
Yes.
it's one thing that we all share, and that's the cigar at the end of the day.
Yep.
Cheers to the love of the leaf.
Yes.
Cheers to
Oh,
the Sisters
Cheers.
of the Leaf.
Cheers to the Sisters of the Leaf.
Cheers. Cheers. Okay. I mean, we're all human. We all go through different things. Um, and it is very welcoming that other people understand, or if they don't understand, they try. And not one time have I ever felt that coming into the Zoom Cigar Bar, have I ever felt attacked, have I ever felt like, these people aren't listening to me, I don't want to be here. Never ever have I ever felt like that. And I'm sure that no one has ever either. Everyone is different. We all have different personalities, like Kim said. And for some reason, we all fit into that puzzle.
Does anybody have a favorite memory of a Zoom night?
Lots of them. What's yours,
That's
Chris?
So my most poignant memory is probably one that I shared with everybody here. So I don't have to say what it is. That's my most poignant memory. Um, Gosh, there are so many great nights on Zoom Cigar Bar that it's hard to pick one. I love when we do, we play poker or we play Jackbox and we get together that way. But I also like the camaraderie of just being able to sit down, like during Super Bowl Sunday, we all got on Super Bowl Sunday, smoked cigars, and cheered for our favorite team, Go Rams. Just saying.
Correct.
So it's hard to pick. Kendall, do you have one?
I think that Christmas was really special.
Hmm.
For Christmas, for those that are watching, we all well, for the members that are in the United States, we all exchanged addresses and we mailed each other a secret Santa gift. And you could not open the gift until the party. And we threw a Christmas party online on the Zoom Cigar Bar, and we all opened gifts that we all exchanged to each other. And some of them were cigars, some of them were pipes, some of them were just meaningful gifts. Some of them were funny gifts to poke fun at something that had happened in the bar. It's like Zoom Cigar Bar during the year. Um, and one of the members that had mailed another member a smoking pipe, and when the member had opened it, he started explaining about how he recently lost his grandfather, and his grandfather smoked a pipe, and how meaningful it was to him because he'd never owned a pipe before. And the way that he was explaining it was truly beautiful. Some of the gifts were just really touching. It was just great. It was a very fun night, and I think everybody really enjoyed it and had a good time. So hopefully we do that every year.
Great.
Nice time. How about you, Kim?
Oh my goodness. So like, but to echo what Kendall and Chris said, there's so many moments and it's unscripted. That's what I love about it because you don't know if that night we're all going to be calm or all 15 or 20 people are going to be talking at the same time. But I love when someone snatches someone else's back, they're in their house and use it as
Oh,
their
the background.
background. I love that. But I think the funniest moment was when I was like, I need to go inside and get another drink. And everyone knows that I love Alexa. She's my babe. And I was in the other room in the house and I'm like, God, the lights are turning colors, but I'm not talking to Alexa. And I think it was art was
Yes.
changing the colors of my lights on Alexa. And I was like, oh my God. So now I remember to always mute my mic so that way they don't turn the lights on and tell Alexa good night and then everything shuts down. So yes, but so many memorable moments.
Some of us get nicknames from those
Indeed.
memorable moments, Kim.
Yes, yes, we do. Yes.
What about you,
Wow.
Michi?
That with me, yeah, there's so many, but uh, for 2021, I'd have to say the most heartwarming, the one that made me feel so good inside and positive was Carl's auction because um, not only as Zoom Cigar Bar members were we there and participating, but we also had, other people in who Carlito, he came in, he spoke. He graciously, like we had a dear friend who was recovering from COVID, and one of the auctions were for one of his favorite cigars. Jose and I purchased the cigar and we sent it over to him, so when he got home and recovered, he was able to enjoy his favorite cigars, doing acts, and many other people did it too, sharing, because Because again, at the end of the day, it's not about the cigars; it's about the people, and sharing our cigars with our fellow family members, because that's what I'm gonna call it. Um, just brings so much joy into our hearts, especially for me. So to me, that was probably the most beautiful night ever. Everyone's generosity and everyone's love for Carl truly shown that night.
Mhm.
So yeah, but that as far as sentimental, that was probably the most. And yeah, and then as funny, as crazy as it is, Super Bowl, we had so many great laughs, and I was there cheering on the Rams for my friend Chris, because of course my team was out completely. I'm a Giants fan, so it was one great night full of laughs, drinks, and that's just how it is. So,
It's a
ladies,
great place to be.
it is
It
it
is.
is. It is. So, ladies, it is almost time to cap off. So, with that being said, is there anything you want to share with our audience? Anything that pops to your mind that you would like to share with the world? Final thoughts.
So I just encourage everybody to enjoy the leaf and then also share a good cigar with a good friend this week.
Yeah, I would say come join the Zoom Cigar Bar. Um, Once you're in there, you get hooked. It's the one thing I look forward to at night, because I can hang out with my friends and smoke cigars and listen to their stories and listen to everybody rib each other, and it's a good time. It's sometimes your family's the one you get to choose, not the one you're born into.
Absolutely, Chris. Absolutely. Uh, and to echo that, family isn't always blood.
Yeah.
Michi, thank you, and Jose for putting this show together. Thank you for
Yes.
the invitation. Um, just thank you. I'm just grateful for the leaf, um, and this just the opportunity to spend time and just show each other love, even if it's borderline harassment, but it's still love. It's love and laughing at Chris trying to keep all of us in line, and
No, 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 no.
but it's all in good fun and just sharing a cigar.
Mhm. Thank you, thank you. And in order to keep sharing this love and to keep loving to and to keep enjoying this, what brought us all together, cigars, join CRA and PCA.
Hmm.
The help fight the good fight, because if we don't, we're going to lose it, and a lot of us are going to be depressed. The love of the leaf keeps us going. It's a way to relax. It's a way, like the Zoom get together, have laughs. Even after having the shittiest day, can always count on sitting down, having a cigar, joining the Zoom Cigar Bar family, and having laughs. You don't have to say anything. You don't have to tell us what you're going through, if you don't want to. But just sitting there and having a cigar, taking it all in and letting it all out is a great way. So join all these groups, all join, get it out there, people. Support the PCA, the CRA, keep fighting the good fight. Um, I know in my end, I try. Um, I get all the newsletters and I try to share it. We have great people behind us. We have Jay Davis in Texas. On the PCA, we have ambassadors all over the world that help keep this going. I am grateful to each and every one of you for joining us tonight on Casa Cuba Sunday, and I will join the virtual cigar bar tonight, the Zoom cigar bar, and have a great drink and smoke with every one of you, whoever decides to join. Anybody new who decides to join, welcome, join us, and let's just have a good time.
Agreed. Agreed. Thanks for having us, Michi.
Thanks for
Thank you
having
so
us.
much. You're a great host. Thank you so much.
Thank you for doing it. So, sign off. Have a great Casa Cuba Sunday.
baby.
Oye, si va a llover, que llueva. Lo que no quiero es chin chin.